Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm showing you how to make this card. So we're taking the Thanks a LATTE stamp set by FAWN with the coordinating dies, my 6x4 inch card base. I'm also taking some square nesting dies. I will link the size I use in my description. I'm also taking some pattern paper. I actually bought this off a friend on Facebook, so I'll try and find something similar to it if I can. If not, unfortunately I won't be able to link it. So I'm taking my TOMBOW Mono Max Power tape runner to adhere the card base to that piece of pattern paper, which is a wood grain. Now, I didn't know whether or not I wanted to do a shaker card or if I just wanted to do a normal standard card, but I ended up deciding to do a shaker. And I don't know if anybody else is like me, but every time I go to make a shaker card, I kind of forget how to do it, if that makes sense. So I always have to like watch one of my older videos just to remind me how I did it. So it did take a while for me to figure out how I was going to do that. So I just trimmed the excess off the card, and I'm taking one of my squares. So taking one which is a tiny bit smaller for the front panel, and I'm just going to die cut that out. So I made sure my images fit in here, but didn't like totally cover the entire thing. That way, with the shaker portion, you'll still see it. So I'm going to heat emboss the sentiment, which says, "Love ya, a latte." So that was before I heat set it, and that's after. And then I'm going to stamp my images. So I'm taking the 2 mugs from the set, and I colored the mugs in, and then I did some more heat embossing. So most of the time when I use this set, I will stamp the inner portion of the mug, but obviously with heat embossing, I wanted to make sure everything was colored in first. So one of the mugs gets a leaf stamped on for like the pattern on the cup, and then I have another one which is a love heart. So this video is actually inspired by one of the pictures I found on Google, which I will link in my description, and I absolutely adore it. I can't remember if they did a shaker card or not. I think they didn't, but don't quote me on that. So I will link that down in my description as well. So I'm just going to color these in real quick. So I'll insert some music and I'll speed this up. And then once I've colored them, I just die cut them. So I will talk to you once I've done all of that. Done that, and I die cut everything. I just die cut a larger square for the acetate window. So the acetate I use is actually from one of my stamps which I purchased. So I tend to keep all of my packaging that comes with the stamps for this purpose. Some I do have to get rid of, and others I keep. It just all depends on how I open the packaging and all of that. So I'm going to glue that down using some multi-matte medium glue. I'm also just going to clean the panel, and then I just stuck the little cutout onto the back of the card. So when I close it, it just looks like a continuous panel. So I'm now going to work out where all my sequins are going to go. So I added some foam adhesive squares. So the sequins I used are all from the range. I was trying to find an autumnal color combination for this, but I was talking to a girl that I purchased quite a lot of my embellishments off, and she told me that fall colors aren't really common in the UK. So it was going to be a bit of a struggle to find any. So I went through all my sequins that I purchased from the range, and I have quite a lot of the colors that I was looking for. I do feel like there was one colour missing, which was green. I didn't even think about it. It didn't even register in my head. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep adding sequins until I finished. The only thing with this card is I had to seal the entire thing. So as you can see, I've opened the card like you would normally, but once I've done all this, I have to adhere everything. So to write on the card, I literally have to write on the back side of the card, which doesn't bother me all too much. Like I said, this would probably be propped up against something or pinned on the wall, so it doesn't really bother me too much. But anyways, I just added some silver sequins, which is from Neat and Tangled, and that's the shaker. So let me know down in the comments if you know any autumnal color combination sequin mixes, because I cannot find any. So I'm going to adhere the 2 cups. The little leaf thing that is next to me on the left is actually from the set Fall Friends by My Favorite Things. So I just colored that in and die cut it. So it looks like my cups aren't just like hanging there, they're set on a bed of leaves. And that piece of card is actually a card thing that I use. So when I use my glue, sometimes when you push down, you get that like overlip, if that makes sense. So like when it spills out the sides, and sometimes that can destroy a card. So I tend to do this when it hits something like acetate or vellum or something, just so I know that that won't happen. But I love how this card turned out. I really kind of wish I did like brown for the middle of the mugs instead of like a peach color. So I don't really drink coffee, but you know, I could have still made the coffee one. But so yeah, so I'm gonna adhere this down as well. I just think that really helps like bring the card together, if that makes sense. So that is the card. I'm gonna bring in my white gel pen for some detailing. You don't have to do this, you can skip this step if you want to. I also brought in my Wink of Stella just to add a little bit of sparkle to the leaves. And that's pretty much all I do for the card, guys. So if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Comment down below what your favorite hot beverage is, because I'd love to know. I drink tea, hot chocolate, or hot Vimto in the colder months. I've never drank coffee. My grandmother used to always make me coffee, even though she knew I never drank it. So it was always kind of funny, because everybody in my family does drink coffee. It's just me who doesn't. So it's kind of funny, and I'd love to know, guys, what you drink. I know some people that don't actually drink any hot beverages, so yeah. So make sure you go over to my Instagram, follow me over there. If you follow me over there and you come from my YouTube, just give me a message or comment on the photo that goes with the video that you watched, letting me know that, you know, you watched the video and that's why you came over. And that way you might be in the chance with a giveaway of one of my cards. So at the end of the year, I'm going to go through all my cards that I've made, and if it hasn't been gifted to somebody, I will do a giveaway and people can win that kind of card. But otherwise, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, happy crafting, and have a nice cup of tea. Bye, guys.